Hi folks, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Nisi. Welcome back to everyone else. We are about to get into some BTS music. I really don't get response for my BTS content. It doesn't change the fact that, BTS is still my entry into K-pop. They are still my forever olds. And therefore, anytime anybody talks to me about BTS, the reason I started this channel, I get super, super excited. So I did get a recommendation from Borahe Vante. Thank you so much for your recommendation. We were gushing over our love for Tay. So Borahe Vante requested that I react to two of Tay's songs, Singularity and Stigma, two songs that I enjoy. But to be fair, I have not stopped down on those songs, definitely not on this channel, but I don't think I've stopped down on just like personally in like quite a while. So I figured that would be a good thing. Plus someone wants to talk to me about BTS and that's all I ever want in my life. So you ask and you shall receive. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. Thank you so much for loving our boys. I've definitely watched the teaser short film many, many, many times, but I did want to check out a stage mix that I hadn't watched. And so we'll get into that and then we'll get into the lyrics for Singularity. Am I prepared? Oh, what a nice picture. I want to wake up to that. The facial features. This low range. Oof. Just the air in his vocal at that range. It sounds so pretty. Whoever did the editing on this did a good job too. Okay, this look. Feathery look. I'm sorry, but the texture of his voice. Oh, it's a warm blanket. Literally, it's the only thing that can be possible is you hate me for doing this right now. Okay, I just want to back that up because I don't need any interruption in my Tay voice. This R&B, it's like slow, sexy R&B, but it has the sick guitar riff behind it. There's a lot, like I feel like there's a lot in K-pop that I constantly think back to Michael Jackson or Prince, and maybe that's just because they're the kings of what they do. So there's so much that just comes from them. The breathiness in his voice, the fact that he can put that much air, it's part of what makes it sound so soulful and sexy. It just, again, it reminds me of very, very Prince type affects, which I really, really enjoy. And then the guitar in the background, it gives that alternative R&B vibe, which for me is very Princey, which I like. gets stronger too, stronger and louder, but it's still just as airy. Why do I love moves that are not at all time to any beat, but they work so well and it looks so smooth? Ugh. There's so many less beats in this actual song than they're hitting, but it's so good. Oh, you gotta wear a mask. Yes, Tay. And then he just looks all cute after looking so sultry sexy. He just looks adorable. All right. Remind me what you're saying to me. Tay Tay. Okay. Ooh, all right. It's a good thing I paused because I gotta turn off the captions. All right. So singularity. Singularity could mean uniqueness. It's something singular to you, the being of one. But like when I think of singularity, like when I think of like time and space travel, they always call like the center of the black hole, right? The singularity. Now I'm like going back to what's that movie with Matthew McConaughey? I feel like that's all I'm thinking about now with singularity. You know what movie I'm talking about, the movie with Matthew McConaughey. The space travel movie. Space/time travel movie with his daughter. The center of that black hole being this place where like time, space has no meaning, right? So like that's what I know of what singularity means. And I haven't looked at these lyrics in a while, so I'm very interested to understand the connection of that and the story. Okay, wait. A sound of something breaking. I wake from sleep. I awake from sleep. I'm trying to remember this. Okay, so you're trying to ignore something. Oh, I just want to talk about the difference between this live version, because I can hear now the live version has so much more air when he's performing than this version. They both sound amazing, but there is a difference, which I really love because I was obsessed with all the air in the live version. It's definitely like fuller, rounder in the recorded version. Okay, so you're trying to call out. You're gonna lull me into passivity with your voice. Oh, you do have a voice, my son. I don't have a voice today, I hear. Okay, so you've been just hearing these sounds. Oh. Okay, you hear the sound again. That cracking sound was... Okay, so the cracking sound was like the sound of ice breaking, it sounds like, in this frozen lake. Right, back it up. Oh, you feel like, can you not feel the pain as he's calling out in his voice? Okay, so I dumped myself into the lake. I buried my voice for you. So all this time he's been talking about he's sleeping, he's hearing something. Now I'm thinking the cracking of the ice, right? Something is breaking you from this frozen slumber. And it sounds as if he himself buried himself, because he says, I dumped myself into the lake. So think of it like I dumped myself into the lake when it was not frozen. It's frozen over. I buried myself, but for you, for somebody. Wow. I'm trying to think if I even remembered that any of this had this. Like, I know the song is full of pain. It feels like it's full of pain. He sings like it's full of pain. You feel it from his soul. But I don't think I really realized how much of talking about it almost like to himself in this dream state the song is about. It's really interesting, actually. Thank you, Barahe Banta. Oh, I love that. Yep, okay, so that's what I was saying. He went in, it's now frozen over. It's like you buried yourself, but you still feel that pain. I love that sound in the back. I don't think I've ever heard that before. It's like a but it's his voice. I thought it was an instrument, but it's definitely his voice saying You can hear that. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Have I lost myself or have I gained you? It might be both if you did this for this person. Okay, I know I always go to love because that's what I think all songs are built up of, is the feeling of love. But if I think of this more than just love, he could really be talking a lot about us. Or like us, the fans, us, the people, us, the public. Or have I gained you, right? Did I lose myself or did I gain your adoration? Did I do both? I don't know why. The song is so much more existential than I realized. I suddenly run to the lake. Ooh. Let me hear that again. That yes, he goes deep and it's full-throated. That yeah. Oh. Please don't say anything. Reach my hand out to cover my mouth. Okay, you still don't want to speak. Okay, spring will come. Oh, so painful. I keep grabbing my throat because I just keep feeling like a blockage. I have like a very sensory connection to feelings. I didn't realize it until I watched myself editing content like this so often. But I'm constantly, when I feel pain, not like pain like, oh, someone hit me. Ow, I feel pain. Pain, internal pain, emotional pain, heart pain, that I still, my soothing techniques is to like grab myself as if I'm injured or to hold myself as if I'm hurt, which I just never realized I was doing, but I do that all the time. I'm constantly touching myself when I'm feeling emotions that have nothing to do with myself, other people's emotions and what they're expressing. And this song for me is like the throat trap type of a song. It's all about the stifling of his voice. What's interesting is I never realized he's really saying he chose to stifle his own voice, and he's done it for so long. He doesn't even know if his voice is real anymore. It's so freaking deep. Oh, the song. Oh my god, songs that make me cry. Tell me if even this pain isn't real, what I was supposed to do. That is so beautiful. I'm sorry, Tay. That is my fault. I mean, this song is in my, it just sounds like such a not praise. Like, this song is in my sleep playlist. Sounds like the opposite of what you would give for praise. But I find some sense of comfort enough to fall asleep. And I just listen to this song so much, not realizing that I probably wouldn't actually be crying to this if I had listened to the lyrics more recently. All right, we are about to get into the live version of Stigma. And this is from a while ago, so I'm excited. It's from the 2017 BTS Live Trilogy Episode 3, The Wings Tour. Let's check it out. Okay, this has subs, but I think I want the subs off, right? Yeah. We're gonna get the lyrics, and I just want to enjoy his voice. Okay. Ooh. I was gonna talk about the difference in like both of these songs are they're R&B. They're R&B songs, but that first song, which I keep like saying reminds me of a Prince song, mostly because of the composition, the arrangement in the music, all of the guitar, those floating riffs, gives it this alt R&B. For a second, I was gonna say this is a little bit more standard R&B until that like crazy high guitar note came in. But it is. It's a little bit more standard.
어차피 아파왔어 정말 버틸 수가 없을걸 나 cry 너에게 너무 미안할 뿐이야
Yeah, this is definitely an alternative R&B feel too. I love the falsetto though. Okay, can I say one thing? So in my reactions, I move a lot, mostly because if I hear music, I just want to dance. And I'm not trying to do this professionally. I'm doing this for fun. So why am I gonna? I know that they say like, oh, don't be distracted, and like try to like keep the same position and don't move around a lot, don't use your hands a lot. But like, I am not trying to do this professionally. I just want to make friends in K-pop and do this for fun. So why am I gonna try to stifle the person I am? I'm not. All I'm thinking when I was about to record this was like, oh, this is gonna be like a really chill video. I'm gonna like sit back and relax and just listen. It's the opposite. His voice is so soulful. I'm sorry, if you don't want to move with his voice, if you don't want to move with the beat of this sexy R&B song, I think you cray, okay? I don't know why I think I'm crazy for thinking that I was somehow not going to be moving in this. It's so good. Oh, your falsetto tag. Oh, the range on you, boy. You baritone. Posing as a tenor right now. Dang. Okay, wait. Just broke me for a second with that deep voice. Yes. He's such a stable voice live.
숨겨도 감춰도 지워지지 Are you calling me a sinner? 무슨 말이 더 있겠어
Okay, did you forget? I mean, I know I mentioned it. He's technically a baritone, but he has such a good range that he can also be a tenor. But just to remind you, if you forgot that he's a baritone, let's just hear this one part again.
Are you calling me a sinner?
That part, yes. Oh, him saying I'm sorry, my sister, just making me think of the storyline. Yes, I want to hear it live again. I don't get to hear it live a lot. I can more. Give it to me. I feel it. Yes, my man. I felt it. I felt it. Okay. This is the Enjoy BTS More channel, guys, if you're interested in supporting. They've got a bunch of live stuff. Okay. Well, I want to hear these lyrics now. Okay. So Stigma. Stigma is like a mark, an indicator of shame. That's what I think of Stigma. And the story, based on the timeline of when this was released in the BTS discography, this would have been along with the sort of like I Need You story. And so he would have committed a mortal crime, which is certainly something worthy of a stigma. But we know that there's many meanings, many layers to this. I try to remember the lyrics in my brain at all. I don't think I can, so let's go. Wow. Hiding and burying things in both of these songs. Oh, so interesting. Okay, so when I was listening to Singularity, and now I want to know, did Singularity come first? Or yeah, Singularity, May 7th, 2018. And then Stigma. Stigma was first. Yeah, because that came out a while ago, 2016. Wow. Okay, so I'm just listening to his voice in my brain because he is a very, which I love, a very airy. He can put a lot of air in his voice, which to me is very impressive given his range. When I was listening to Singularity, I could hear a fuller vocal on the studio recording than the live productions. This one, you could actually very much still hear the same breathiness that he has in the live version. And now, like, knowing that this one came first and the next one came second, that makes sense because he's probably grown a lot where he has more control over what he does with his voice live versus in studio. This song is also throwing me off because I did not realize how, besides the fact that I always were like, they're both S songs, how similar they are in terms of the voice of the speaker. You know, Tae's voice as he's the protagonist, the person conveying the story. They are very similar. Buried, your voice, you can't say it. Yeah, there's a little bit of alternative to this, but this is straight standard R&B. It's so good. Those snaps. Like a piece of broken glass. You who was punished in my stead. Wow. It's almost like someone else carrying your shame. But it feels like he's talking to himself. The begging in his voice. This begging, you can hear the pleading. What right do I have to tell you? So he's basically saying to this person, like, oh, wow, it has been a while since I've heard this lyrics. He's basically saying to this person, I said it sounds like he's talking to himself, but now I'm like, no, he's not talking to himself. He's talking to somebody who he's felt some pain, or at least feels like he bears some burden of that pain for them as well. And it's almost like he's mad at that person and he's getting that out. But then he's like, you know what, forget it. I shouldn't. What right do I have in my pain? What right do I have to tell you that this is wrong, this is right, to do this, to do that? Almost like, you know, what we do sometimes out of pain ends up hurting someone else. And sometimes you have to catch yourself and say, wait, I might be angry, I might be upset, it might be valid, but what right do I have over you? Oh, this song. Both of these songs make me want to cry. You who was punished in my stead. Oh man. It's like part of me is like thinking about this. Just it's a song without any connection to like the storyline and stuff. But of course I'm also thinking about the storyline. And both are very, very sad when you think about it. It's somebody who has experienced pain, but is also sorry because they've shared that pain with someone else. And they're sorry for that person's pain. Oh, man. I know, Barahe Bante, you did not mean for me to cry. But it's his voice too. It conveys a lot. Even if I try to hide it or conceal it, it can't be erased. It's like, cry, but please also be there for me too. Illuminate my sins. Stigmata imagery. Oh. Oh man, wow. Oh my god, I love these voices so much. Oh, certain times when I hear their voice and then I realize what they're saying, I just immediately want to cry. They're so good. Oh, it's only because they're so good. Oh my gosh, that was V and two of his solos, Singularity and Stigma. How crazy would it be if if his first solo released, like this period, the solos of the 2023 period, is also with an S? I'm just saying. I mean, he's done a lot of other things that aren't S's, but now I'm on a kick. I want S's. Oh, that's so good. His voice touches your heart. It's soulful. They call voices like that soulful because they touch your soul and they make you feel like this. Oh, That's so good. Again, thank you so much for the Rex. I know I'm crying, but I really, 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 really get happy when I get BTS content. I love all these groups that I'm getting into and sharing this, experience as I dive into ATEEZ and 17 and TXT and tons of other groups out there. But your first love is your first love. I'm getting all smushy mushy, but Rahe Bante, thank you for being my BTS army friend, throwing me a recommendation. I don't know what I was going to do next. Oh, I do know what I was going to do next for my BTS song. I'm going to save it. But I'm actually happy that I did this instead. I think this was a better pick. Thank you. So if you like this, please like, subscribe, drop me a comment, and let me know what you're thinking. Otherwise, thank you for stopping down on this reaction with me. Hope you're having a wonderful day and hope to catch you in my next video. Bye.